Two, three, start.
Hello everyone, I am Raghavan Murugeshan. Today I am gonna explain about Shell and its globalization. Today I am gonna present Shell and its globalization. In this presentation, I will explain three main things. How Shell have benefited from globalization and what changes it has faced in different markets and what strategies it has used to reduce those risks. Shell is a very good example for this topic because it is a larger multinational company operating in many countries and energy markets. That means it's strongly affected by changes in global economy, politics, and energy demand. And the next slide, please. Yep. Now we're going to see about Shell and its globalization. Shell is an advanced economy multinational enterprise is in the global energy market. The company reports around 85,000 employees and it operates more than 70 countries. Its business include integrated gas, upstream activities, marketing, chemicals, and some renewable and low carbon energy solutions. The wide international presence shows that the Shell is deeply connected to global markets. Because of this, Shell depends heavily on global trade, investment, and the international demand for its growth and performance. In simple terms, Shell is not any national company, it is a company that works across the world. And the next slide, please. And Shell globalizes its business. We see now how Shell globalized their business. Shell expanded globally through foreign investments, joint ventures, and cross-border trade networks. This is a common way multinational companies grow because it allows them to enter a new market and access new resources. Shell has also focused more on LNG, deep water projects, and integrated value chains, which shows that it wants to strengthen its international energy business. A good example is LNG Canada. Shell reported that the first cargo left LNG Canada in June 2025. This is an important step because it shows Shell's use large cross-border projects to increase the LNG scale and improve its position in global market. It also reflects that idea that globalization helps and companies connect production, transport, sales across different countries. And the next slide, please. How globalization benefits Shell. Globalization gives Shell several clear benefits. First, it gives the company access to more markets and more customers. That means Shell can earn revenue from different regions instead of depending on one single country. Second, globalization helps Shell diversify its business across products and locations. This is useful because if one area performs bad, the other part of the business may perform better. Shell in 2025 results showed strong adjusted earnings and cash flow from operations, which is that its global scale supports financial strength. The company also set target of 4 to 5% annual LNG sales growth to 2030, which shows confidence in future global demands. And the next slide, please. However, the next slide is about past and present challenges faced by Shell. However, globalization also brings serious changes. One major example is Nigeria, where Shell decided to leave onshore and shallow water assets after years of theft, sabotage, and weak returns. This shows how difficult it can be for a multinational company to operate in markets with political instability and security problems. The other challenge is legal and environmental pressures. In Netherlands, Shell faced a major climate litigation which increased ESG legal pressure. At the same time, weaker oil and gas prices and low chemical margins in 2026. It also affects the Shell's profit. This example shows that Shell faces political, legal, environmental, and market risk all at once. And the slide six, please. Risk mitigation and critical evaluation of Shell. Shell has responded by simplifying its portfolio and focusing more on strong business. It has increased support for LNG and cash flow, revised parts of its chemical business, and lowered planned annual investment to improve discipline resilience. These are the sensible steps because they help Shell stay profitable in a difficult global environment. In my view, Shell is Shell is trying to balance growth with caution. That is the most important because globalization creates opportunity, but it also creates exposure to risk. First recommendation is that Shell should be maintain s- closer local relationship with high risk markets. My second recommendation that it should make sure LNG expansion is practical and realistic. Overall, globalization is a still advantage for Shell, but the company must be balance profitability, legitimacy, and long-term tradition risk. Shell has upgraded portfolio and concentrated on superior business. It increased its LNG growth, revised path, and it made its revenue up 22 billion in 2025. This enhanced resilience, but there are still ESG and transition pressure. And the next slide, please. And closing. To conclude, Shell is a strong example how globalization can help a company grow across many countries, products, and markets at the same time. It also shows the risk of global business, especially in such areas as political instability, climate pressure, and weak